Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, the SP3, back once again with Tru Heels BTR Between the Ropes with one and only one of our all-time favorites that we've had here on the channel. We were just talking about it's been too long since we had him here. Wrestling's richest prize, the All Father, number seven, number 144, whatever number you want to give him. He is one of the best in the industry today, Mr. Darius Carter. How are you doing?
Let's talk about me. Let's talk about me. I am doing so great, better than ever. Uh, it's just been a beautiful life, and I know we're going to get into all of that. It's great being DC. You know, fighting through it all to be the man that you are today. It's just seeing that sunshine on you. Mm.
He's speaking.
Things are looking good.
Increase you right now. But yes, it's been too long since we had you here on the channel. We were just talking about it's been about 3 years since you've been on the Tree Hill YouTube channel. You're one of the real OGs that we've had here on the channel. But just want to get like an overall overview of everything you got going on. You've been doing a lot of big shows as of late in 2024, winning championships wherever you are, winning big time tournaments. So kind of give us kind of an overview of your 2024 so far.
Oh, man, it's been everything you could want and more. Re-entering the Super 8 tournament and going undefeated in Super 8 tournaments, which is also something that is unprecedented. In 2022, entering it for the first time and winning there. 2023, I was actually in California for WrestleMania week with the BCW Heavyweight Championship, so I was doing that. So I actually missed that Super 8. So 2024, of course, this year, I re-enter. I raised the stakes, raised the bar by putting the title up, being the first person to ever do that. I retained throughout the entire tournament, beating Avery Jacks, beating Steve Pena, and then beating Kurt Robinson in the finals. So ever since then, again, I mean, winning the Super 8, it's like no matter how good you're doing, it's like a rocket just gets strapped to your back, and the trajectory just is, you get jettisoned even higher, and that's how it's been, and you just got to be ready for it. And I've been ready for it. I've been primed for this position for a long time, as those who have been watching me can attest. And just had Delirious in Lakewood, New Jersey for Matt Pro Wrestling, and that was a tremendous experience, a main event. And now Christopher Daniels is next up for in Newark, Delaware, for the ECWA Heavyweight Championship. Right after that, the next day, we're going to be in PA for Smash Master, and I'm defending the BCW Heavyweight Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, against Mike Skyros. So, bang, bang, and then it's on to the next one. So that's how I like it. Give me more.
I recently got to listen to what Christopher Daniels had to say to you after your brief interaction and setting up this big matchup coming up on August 3rd for ECWA. What do you think about this matchup? Did you kind of how long have you known about the legend and the legacy of Christopher Daniels, and what does this match mean to you?
Oh, I knew about that before I was a wrestler. I knew about that in real time while it was happening.
Yeah.
Back then you had the bookstores, if you had the Barnes and Noble, and I was always reading about the magazines. That's how I knew about the TNA wrestlers. Because you didn't have the YouTube and things like that at the time. So you're reading about it. I saw the rankings, continually saw the rankings, the results, the pictures, and everything like that. So you could tie the stories together. Christopher Daniels is an absolute trailblazer, a legend in our time. There's no way you could ever take anything away from that. He did it the right way. He did it the way you're supposed to do it. He did it by being talented. He did it by being great at what he does. He did it by making other people step up to levels that they previously weren't able to reach. That's how you're supposed to do it. So in that way, I have implemented some of that in my own path, but in what he said, he was talking about following in his footsteps, and I could never do that. How could I follow in your footsteps when I can pave my own path, and my path will one day cross with yours, and we'll see whose path is righteous. And mine has been more righteous every single time. I will run right through you. I will go through your path, and I will continue on with my career, and you will be stopped short, left to wonder what just hit you, what just happened. You have no idea. The answer is Darius Carter, and it's an answer that everybody is getting acquainted with these days.
So, like you just said, you got the big matchup with Christopher Daniels. Then you're defending a world championship the day following. Kind of go through, kind of give the fans kind of a pull back the curtain a bit. How is like the week of preparation before a big weekend like that, and then the day of? Kind of describe what your day goes through preparing for those big matchups and before you step into the ring.
It's just putting yourself in the right mental space. You get there. Once you're at the venue, it just clicks in and it's time to go. You prepare. You are thinking about anything that can go right, anything that can go wrong. You have to recognize the threat that's in front of you. You have to recognize the challenge that's in front of you. There's no underestimating a Christopher Daniels. That's a foolish thing to do. That's an imbecilic thing to do. I know what I'm in for, but the advantage that I have is that I've watched this man for so many years, for decades. And he has watched me. He's made it apparent that he's watched me. He's well aware of me. So he won't be ignorant to me. However, he will know less of me than I will know of him. It's just a fact. There's just no way around it. That's the disadvantage of his veteranship. I'm going to exploit any weakness that I find in there. He's going to make a mistake because it's inevitable. He hasn't wrestled me before. He might try something that he tries on everybody. And that's going to be the first mistake that he makes. That's something that a lot of veterans make when they wrestle someone they haven't wrestled before. They try something familiar. And the moment he tries something familiar, the moment he tries something that, oh, that's right in your database, boom, I want to snatch him. And I can't wait because I've been at this level. This isn't me proving that I'm at this level. This is me showing the world that I've been here for some time, and you've been blind to it, you've been ignorant to it, you've looked the other way, but now you can't anymore. I've made history. I'm walking in as ECWA heavyweight champion, and I'm leaving, emerging the very same as ECWA heavyweight champion. It's going to be historic.
I'm looking forward to it. I know all the fans are looking forward to it. You got such a busy schedule with everything you're doing. How do you kind of balance like life? What do you like what you do outside of the ring with what you do inside the ring, working for so many promotions, being a world champion for so many promotions? Kind of like what is it like outside of the ring, and how do you balance everything in your life?
A lot of that is, again, after the event, you keep everything connected. You keep everything in that same energy. But, after that, maybe you're at the hotel. Maybe you're doing some tape study. Maybe you're getting ready. You're watching some recent matches of your opponent. I always like to do that. I always like a glass of wine and just watching recent work of my opponents the night before. No matter how familiar I am with you, let's just get that last bit in there and wake up in the morning. It's like that episode of Dexter's Lab where he tried to he put the headpiece on and he was learning the lesson while he was asleep. That's how you have to be. It's just something extra to do. It's just something that little seasoning on top that makes for better preparation. Then you get into that venue, you're there, you got to tune in. To me, it's all about living a healthy lifestyle, dieting, the things that I do to make sure that I'm constantly prepared and in shape. You have to be ready. You have to be prepared at all times. You have to be alert. You have to be working in real time. You never know what's coming at you. Christopher Daniels, again, he's going to throw something familiar, but he also is going to throw something unfamiliar. You have to be as prepared as you can. You never leave flawless. You never leave unscathed. So something's going to hit me. So I have to be prepared for that. And again, then I go from Christopher Daniels to Mike Skyro. So from defending one heavyweight championship to defending another world heavyweight championship in a different state. I mean, that's the territory life. To me, that's what you read about. That's the Nate's life. Maybe you go out again. You grab a drink, you get back, watch that tape, do some quick tape study, freshen up in the morning. Make sure you're in the best condition. If you have a patio, go out on the patio, breathe a little bit. Get yourself prepared for what is to come. And be active. Get active. I think a lot of people are afraid to be in the moment. They're afraid to respond accordingly. They try to like pre-package this response and have it to bring out at the right time. It's like, listen, sometimes you just have to jump on something. If I see someone stumble, I'm jumping on your leg. I don't care what my plan was before. I don't care what I wanted to do to you. I need to jump on something that is immediately present. And I wish more people could have that awareness. They had that sniff, that blood in the water, because it makes for more engaging fights. It makes for more compelling stories, and people feel it. Audiences feel it, and that's how I like to get down. That's how the All-Father likes to compete. I am a wrestler. I am a grappler. I am a brawler. I am a fighter. I am a technician. I am all of these things in one that you could never possibly anticipate. So,
and you actually recently faced someone who has some experience with Christopher Daniels in Lee Moriarty. Kind of explain, how did that match go for you, and what did you think that you learned from that match that you can apply against Christopher Daniels, knowing that Moriarty has a victory over Daniels just last year?
Yeah, Moriarty is a technical wizard. He's all the things that I hoped that he would be. I locked up with him, collar elbow, and I was looking for certain things, and I received those certain things. Very aware, very alert, very astute. And I enjoyed that. I enjoy getting the lock and seeing how somebody responds. That's some of the best part of grappling, of chain wrestling, is putting your opponent in a situation that forces them to respond. And his responses were quick. His synapses were flaring. And listen, mine were flaring just as fast, if not faster. So we'll see that match. It's actually airing for Enjoy Wrestling. Just a maven. Again, a technical wizard. The man can do it. But he stepped into the ring with somebody that, again, that familiarity couldn't be there, because that's the disadvantage of being on TV, is that your tape is more out there. It's easier to watch your stuff. It's easier to find your things because you're active all the time. So Lee, if he wasn't there, he could be on Dark, he could be on Ring of Honor. And if you're watching these things, you're seeing his matches, you're seeing a rhythm, a flow, and you say, okay, well, this is something that I can expect to take. And no matter who he asks, no matter how much footage of mine he tries to watch, I am one of the most difficult people to prepare for, if not the most, because you just don't know what's coming. Because I may not always know what's going to come until it comes. I'm just going to deliver what is best for that moment. And again, I could have a plan, but if I don't know, you don't know. Wink, wink. So it's like someone trying to come in with radar and all they're getting is static. I love to disrupt the atmosphere for my opponent. I love to make them unaware. They think they're going to get something, they expect something, and then something else comes out. Oh my goodness, a drop kick. I didn't know, Darius. I've been doing a drop kick for 15 years. It's my first wrestling move is a drop kick, and I still shock people with it. And that's the benefit of wrestling in different places, in different territories, and also by establishing yourself as a firm presence. People will still sometimes get caught off guard by things. I love that style. And there's some people that we see them, we know what they're going to do. We expect that they're going to do something similar. A lot of the time, me, different cat. And Lee found that out. And that prepared me for Christopher Daniels, because he's going to find that out too.
I'm looking forward to this one alive. The last time we spoke to each other was over on the Fightful Overbooked YouTube channel. Check out that great interview that we did on In the Weeds. And we talked about your various appearances for GCW over the last couple of years. And then this year, you headlined GCW for the culture during WrestleMania weekend. Kind of describe that experience and checking that off your bucket list, making GCW another spot that you've headlined the show.
Right. I mean, that's major. It's WrestleMania week. It's GCW. This is a promotion that I don't regularly compete at. So to have that honor, to be given that position, and then to have to deliver in that position and do so, that's the best feeling you can have. It's kind of like telling everybody, hey, look, this is where I belong, and this is where I've belonged for many years. This is where I've belonged for a long time. And it's just establishing that, reestablishing that, bringing those results home, not just having the matches, but winning the matches. And that's what I did, beating Billy Dixon in the main event of WrestleMania week of GCW or for the culture. And last year, I was in a 7-person scramble. I won that. I opened the show. So last year I opened, this year I closed. Again, another career accolade. You get it and you keep on going and you stack them. And to be in that position, to put myself in that position, and for all of those people, to know exactly who I was when I came through those curtains. They knew who Darius Carter. They felt that force. They felt that aura. 2:30 in the morning, and of a busy wrestling weekend, and people were still alive, and we kept them alive. And I'm very proud of that night. I'm very proud of what I've been able to make out of this career and what I've made out of my successes, what I've been able to shove in the face of my opposition, the people that doubted, the people that didn't believe, the critics that have gone very quiet as of late, because there's nothing that they can say, because success speaks volumes, and you can put those trophies on mantles. You can put those victories into place. And that's exactly what I've done, making history, the Super 8. And that's one thing I loved. Christopher Daniels, he said that I was a threat to his reputation. And I love that, because he knows he's not the only guy anymore that's done something. He cherishes the Super 8, no matter how far he's come in his career, AEW, TNA, Impact. He knows Japan, Germany, all the traveling he's done. He knows how important and how prestigious it meant to be a 2-time Super 8 winner. And now he knows I'm not the only one. He was not the only one. It's like a shockwave that resonated throughout the wrestling universe, and he felt it in time when it happened. And for him to acknowledge that is a statement unto itself. He knows that he's not the only person anymore, and he knows that I'm coming for that historic spot. I want to be known as Mr. Super 8, the greatest Super 8 winner that there ever was. And that's by continually building upon that. And Christopher Daniels' time is admittedly going in the other direction. So this is a very, very interesting time for our paths to cross. And I am vital. I am hungry. I am prepared. Oh, Christopher.
He's not ready. He's not ready. I already know what's in store for him. My final question for you is, outside of the matchup and your big title defense coming up on August 3rd, August 4th, what is like your further goals that you want to accomplish throughout 2024 for the rest of the year?
So I'm a 25-time career champion. So right now I'm holding the 3 championships. I'm holding the BCW World Heavyweight Championship. I'm holding the ECWA Heavyweight Championship, and also the BST Blood, Sweat, and Tears Championship, the Territory Championship. So I want to expand upon those championships. I mean, I'm always about watering my grass and keeping it as green and glistening and making everybody want to come to where I'm at. That's what's going on. Right now with Warriors of Wrestling, you're seeing an influx of talent that we hadn't seen before. Dan Moff is coming back over there. So people that we have seen before that are coming back, and a lot of new faces as well. because they're seeing how hot the brand is. They're seeing the attendance in the crowd. They're seeing hundreds and hundreds of people showing up to the Staten Island venues or to Brooklyn, and I'm attracting buzz there, news articles coming out. So I love to help promotions grow. That's my first focus right now, is growing myself through these promotions. BCW and them having a Grand Rumble now, their first ever Royal Rumble style event. They're doing this because I need a challenger. I've beaten everybody. So they're going to have a 30-person Rumble, and that the winner of that will challenge me in October for the at the next BCW event, Nightmare at the Mecca. So I'm building upon those things. Also, again, Christopher Daniels having that match and how that will resonate throughout the wrestling universe, the results of that, and just continuing to deliver on my matches, on my upcoming events, on all the things that I have do. You're seeing me wrestle bigger names, and you're seeing me wrestle in more marquee matches. You're seeing me wrestle in greater venues like Stage AE, a tremendous and beautiful venue in Pittsburgh, PA. So everything is on the up and up. Again, it's just keeping your grass green and, defending what you have right now, saying why what you have is the most important thing right now, why being those champions means the most right now, and delivering on that. 2-time ECWA Super 8 winner, and making sure I'm in those articles, making sure everybody's talking about me. I'm at the tip of everybody's tongue. DC, the Allfather. Must see.
The richest prize. I know. I've been known for years. You already know. We at Tru Heels, he's been one of your biggest advocates, one of your biggest fans. So we appreciate you for taking the time out and talking to us once again. It's been too long. We're not gonna make it this long the next time we talk.
Yeah, we're not gonna live this gap so big next time.
But let everybody know where they can follow you on social media, and of course, and where you're going to be wrestling next, because they have to see you. If they haven't already, now they know they got to see Darius Carter. The floor is yours. I'm going to give you the spotlight.
Must see DC. So you're looking for the Allfather. I am on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter /X, the big three, of course. Make it very easy for you. It's Mr. Darius Carter, Mr. Darius Carter. You see it below. Read it, okay? Lower thirds, if you will. And very easy to find. I post my events all the time. You see the stories, you see the posts, you see the comments. DC, must see, a legend in real time. Let's talk about it. I mean, I'm just forming a legacy before your very eyes. Be a part of that legacy. See me at these events, whether it's in New York, in PA, in North Carolina, in Florida, in California, in Maryland. I'm wrestling state to state, delicious to the last drop. You can find the Allfather again, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Mr. Darius Carter. It's so simple, and I'm so beautiful. Oh,
so beautiful. Yes. Thank you so much, Darius. As always, appreciate your time. This has been Tru Heels BTR, Between the Ropes, with the Allfather, Mr. Darius Carter. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom SP3, signing off until next time.